new people. There are lots of requests. So
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
I just have a question. So, at the current stage of Pi, how many percentage is Pi going to be successful in the near future? At the current stage and the current uh, situation of Pi, do you think it's 50%, 25%, 33.5%, or 100%?
What do you mean by percent of the population of pioneers,
No, I
or?
mean the whole project itself.
like
Will
he's
Pi
saying,
like be,
Oh, got it.
he's
yeah,
how based on percentage, how many percent? What are the chances of success of Pi?
yes. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if you can calculate on percentages. I think it's as the Pi team always rolls out, there it's always an iteration. So even if something like fails, they always figure out solutions. It's a team that constantly is continue to build. You know, if you look at some other blockchains, even like Polygon or Solana when they launched, and still to this day, they their blockchain froze, like literally froze. Like the chains had to freeze, and they had issues. They had to reset it. It's Solana's kind of centralized in that way because they have all the validators and nodes centralizing it as well, right? And so there's always hiccups from it. Did the project die? No. Cardano just launched smart contracts, and it's still very slow. Did it die? Not necessarily. They're going to need to continue to improve. Same with Ethereum. You know, Ethereum 1.0 right now. The gas was really high, and then transactions are super slow, and it needs to get to 2.0, right? So, I don't think that I don't think it's like a zero, like pass or fail situation. I think that it's going to be a constant iteration. If there are like troubles or obstacles, then they will be there. But I don't think that would cause the project to like instantly die, or fade away. Um, so I don't see it like a pass or fail type of situation. I do say that, like, it is um, it is a very, very, very big problem that they're trying to solve, with mass KYC globally. Nobody has again solved that issue, especially if you go to there's different countries that don't have a standard ID or passport or other means of the standard KYC procedure, so that there'd have to be like a new way to do that. And I'd hopefully the PyCore team can fully solve that for everybody globally, and then be able to get them onboarded into the network. Otherwise, I'd imagine that they would have to do it like as a gradual basis of getting people into the network and verified. So I don't foresee it, like being like percentage wise. That's just keeping it honest. I think that there it is a big problem to solve, and the team, from what I know, is just like they're especially now there's like 30 developers. I would say majority of the team is all developers on board. Like that's why you don't really see a lot of communication, which I think that needs to be improved. Obviously, they need to build more community and marketing and comms. But they're just heads down, like developing right now because there's a lot of stuff to fix and solve.
Thank you for that. Can I ask another question?
Yeah.
Uh, so, how do you think a Pi NFT will be successful, or is
Oh,
it possible
yeah.
to make a Pi NFT?
At the current
Because
state,
we have
no.
Polygon, right?
In the future, yes. At the current state, no. I mean, so the best one to take a look at is obviously Pi is not necessarily like a full copycat of Stellar, but it's based off the Stellar code base, and then modified even further. And so like Stellar, so I always look at like the developments of the core code on Stellar side. Stellar is going to get into NFTs and DeFi as well too. It's still not here yet, and that gives me more promise and hope because then they can kind of borrow that code and integrate it into the Pi network and Pi chain. Because currently, like Stellar doesn't have smart contracts very effectively or at all, and then that doesn't really allow for DeFi and NFTs. Because you don't have the smart contracts, but once they can able to implement that on Stellar, then the Pi network and Pi core team can also take that, but also add on more to it as well too. So that gives me kind of promise. As you can see, like my profile picture right now is an NFT. So I've been